this sketch, authorities say that someone out there knows this man, and it could be the break in the case that investigators need. Now, this all started at the first of the year. Investigators say that a woman was walking down Jeff Davis Highway after she left the Greenlee Trailer Park just after midnight on New Year's Day. Police say as she was walking, she came up on two men who were walking in the opposite direction. They asked her if she wanted to party. She reportedly said no. That's when investigators say they pushed her to the ground and started strangling her. A passing driver saw what was happening, pulled over, and that scared those men away. Fast forward several months, investigators say the victim was watching TV and saw a Crime Solver spot from Prince William County highlighting a rape in that area. The victim immediately recognized the sketch as one of the two men who attacked her. Now, coming up tonight at 6 o'clock, we'll have the latest in this case and why investigators say that this could be a key piece in the puzzle. We're live in Chesterfield County tonight. Susan Bahori, NBC 12.
Thanks, Susan. Now, new information on the Charles City County suspect accused of abducting women from Richmond and Philadelphia. Our cameras were rolling as Delvin Barnes was brought back to Central Virginia. We're now learning Barnes will soon be taken into federal custody. We have team coverage on this story. More on the Virginia investigation, but first, Chris Thomas with the latest on Charles Barnes' charges out of Philadelphia. Delvin Barnes'.
Well, Sabrina, according to this release, a federal judge has ordered that Barnes be taken into FBI custody. This could all happen in the next 24 hours. 37-year-old Delvin Barnes is set to appear in a Philadelphia courtroom on Wednesday. Now, this is in connection to the kidnapping of 22-year-old Carlisha Freeland Gaither. Barnes is accused of grabbing the woman on a Philadelphia street and taking her to Maryland. He's currently on suicide watch at the Riverside Regional Jail in Prince George on charges of attempted murder, sexual assault, and kidnapping and the abduction of a 16-year-old Richmond girl. Deputies say the teen escaped from Barnes in Charles City and ran more than 2 miles to safety. And so, again, Barnes was scheduled to appear in court in Charles City this Wednesday, but he will now be tried on those federal charges first. For now, Chris Thomas, NBC 12 News.
Thanks very much, Chris. That transfer gives Virginia authorities more time to make their case against Delvin Barnes for his alleged crimes against the 16-year-old Richmond girl. Tonight, we're uncovering new information on exactly what police are examining. On your side, investigator Laura Geller is in Charles City County with the latest.
We've just learned investigators are using some of the latest technology to not only create a timeline for Delvin Barnes' whereabouts, but to also cast a wider net to find more potential victims. Authorities are taking advantage of the device they used to catch Delvin Barnes. They've been able to get the GPS unit printout from his car to possibly find more victims.
We are, along with the FBI, are analyzing the points of interest where they activated the system to see where Mr. Barnes was at that time. So we're looking at those points of interest and areas and see if that area has any similarities to the abduction that occurred here in Philadelphia.
The call is going out nationwide. Charles City County sheriffs are using the National Criminal Information Center to send out a message to police across the country. Check your case files. If there are any similarities to the Virginia and Philly cases, let them know. Friday, we were first to tell you about disturbing posts on Delvin Barnes' Facebook page. What investigators are telling me about that social media today, coming up all new at 6 o'clock. In Charles City County, I'm Laura Geller for NBC 12 News.
Breaking right now, a standoff continues in Oklahoma. Let's send it right over to Brittany McDonald. She's in the Breaking News Center with the latest. Brittany?
Well, Kurt, within the hour, we've learned negotiators are making contact with the person holding hostages at an office complex. Now, this is a live look at the Next Step building in Norman, Oklahoma. Police vehicles and ambulances are on the scene. Dozens of people could be seen running from the building this afternoon. Norman police say the person is armed with a pistol. They're not sure of how many people are being held inside right now. There are no reported injuries at this time. We'll continue following this story and update you with any new information. For now, that's the latest from the Breaking News Center. I'm Brittany McDonald.
Management sucks.
Thank you, Brittany. Controversy on the Virginia Union campus tonight. And before we continue, this story is of an adult nature, a warning. It may not be suitable for children. So take a look at this flyer. It promotes an upcoming dating seminar at Virginia Union in the coming weekend. And now, organizers say the college trying to pull the plug at the last minute, and it all stems from that title. Brent Solomon is getting details for us new at 5.
It's a scenario the organizer says he never saw coming. His Christian-based group routinely hosts events right here at Virginia Union. Next on his list, a relationship seminar. He says the university signed off on it, that is until this flyer surfaced. It claims if you ask real questions, you'll get real answers. But take a look at this. The name of the seminar. I used to be a hoe, so you know I know. Now, the organizer says Union is trying to back out, claiming it's too controversial.
We go to church to learn about the Bible and the God of the Bible. We go to school to learn basic information, basic knowledge. We even go to college to learn expertise in certain fields. But hardly ever do you go anywhere where you're specifically instructed on the nature and power of relationships.
So is this event a no-go? I am checking in with Virginia Union University and getting reaction from students. That's when you join us at 5:30. In Richmond, Brent Solomon, NBC 12.
All right, thanks, Brent. Apartments once owned by a convicted Richmond developer will be auctioned off in the largest sale of its kind here in Richmond. That's what the agency in charge says about the sale of 29 buildings in the Museum and Fan District that will go to the highest bidder. Ashley Mumford is live on North Boulevard with what she's learned. Ashley?
Well, this public auction is unique because of the number of properties for sale, just like this apartment building. And its worth. We're talking about $31 million in total. Now, where I'm standing, we're within walking distance of at least 5 buildings that are for sale. So it's all about location. They were all once managed by River City Renaissance Property, which is now bankrupt. The previous owner, Billie Jean Jefferson Jr., is serving 20 years in prison for stealing more than $12 million in tax credits. He has to pay that money back, so profits from this public auction will go towards paying the restitution for his victims.
We are getting quite a few phone calls and a lot of interested parties, and quite frankly, there should be. It's a great property, great opportunity, great market in Richmond.
Good, take him down.
The bidding starts December 10th. New at 6, I'm talking to the people who live in these apartments and what they were told to expect. That's the latest in Richmond. I'm Ashley Monford, NBC 12 News.
In Henrico, fire crews say something cooking on the stove is what caused this house fire in the East End. Crews were called to the home on Verina Road just before 11 this morning. They say it started in the kitchen where a pot left on the stove. The person who lives there says her smoke detector alerted her and she was able to get out. Most of the house is now been damaged by smoke and the family will have to stay somewhere else. No one was injured. And just in, we're getting our first look at the man charged with killing his neighbor and barricading himself inside his Middlesex home. 64-year-old Michael Post is charged with first-degree murder. Deputies discovered the victim's body in the backyard. They say after the shooting, Post ran into his own home and locked himself inside. He eventually did surrender after about 3 hours of negotiations. Deputies identified the victim as 53-year-old Edward Post and say the victim and suspect are cousins.
Developing now, we've learned the name of the pilot killed in a plane crash over the weekend. State police confirmed 49-year-old Bernhard Charlemagne of Frederick, Maryland, died when the Cessna crashed Saturday night in the George Washington National Forest. Student pilot 51-year-old John Hicks is being treated at UVA Medical Center. The plane was found Sunday morning.
Out of Henrico, a woman charged with drinking and driving with a 1-year-old in the car the entire time. 25-year-old Denaya Sproul was arrested and charged Saturday night. Police say they saw her first turn into a business on 9 Mile Road and quickly get out of the car. After a field sobriety test, they determined she was under the influence. She's been charged with DUI, child endangerment, and driving on a suspended license.
The General Assembly is back for a short session. The top 2 priorities: picking a new Chief Justice for Virginia's Supreme Court and fixing our roads. Lawmakers plan to spend $50 million to fix highways. And after 16 years on the court, we will watch the vote on who will replace Virginia's Supreme Court Chief Justice Cynthia D. Kinzer. The House is back now. The Senate gets to work at 7. They're expected to have everything wrapped up by the end of the night. A local NASCAR driver, one of just a few still in the hunt with the sport's biggest prize. Mark Davis has been following Denny Hamlin's run to a hopeful title. Mark, just one more race separates Hamlin from that crown.
Yes, Sabrina, it would also mark the Chesterfield native's first ever Cup championship. Hamlin, one of 4 drivers who will compete in the championship round of the Chase for the Sprint Cup, which is made up of Sunday's final race of the season at Homestead. The number 11 clinching his spot with a 5th place showing in yesterday's race in Phoenix. Now, he had to finish 9th or better. Hamlin falling back as far as 37th place, but able to climb back to the front pack. Now he looks for his first title and best finish since he ended the 2010 season runner-up behind Jimmy Johnson for that championship. Now, Hamlin is up against Joey Logano, Ryan Newman, and Kevin Harvick for the Sprint Cup championship, 3 other drivers who have never before captured that crown. We, of course, will keep our eye on how Denny does and his preparation in the week. Mark Davis, NBC 12 News.
Thanks, Mark. Henrico officially swears in its newest member of the school board there. The 3-chop seat went to Michelle Mickey Ogborn last week. It was an unusual race because the seat only became vacant after Diana Winston resigned amid controversy concerning her husband's company and the school district. Ogborn, by the way, taught at Short Bump Elementary for 7 years.
We know a Richmond man died in a fatal crash Friday on I-95 in Prince William County. State police say a dump truck was blocking the northbound lanes Friday night when it was hit by a tractor trailer, causing both vehicles to overturn. 59-year-old Anthony Coppich died at the scene. The driver of the dump truck was charged with operating a truck with defective equipment. His injuries were not considered serious.
We're still working to learn the identity of a driver killed in a Henrico crash on the Varina-Enon Bridge. State police tell us a Jeep was stopped in the middle of the bridge when a tractor-trailer slammed into it. They say the 52-year-old driver could not avoid it. He was not hurt, but troopers say the Jeep caught fire and that the driver is now dead. So far, no charges have been filed.
A car crashes into the second story of a home with a family inside. How it got there and how that family's doing, just minutes away.
A 9-year-old boy caught smoking on camera as others cheer him on, and why his mom is now pleading for help.
There are 2,000.
Deputies say a man is dead because of a massive swarm of yellow jackets. Those details coming up.
Everyone's talking about no rescue parenting.
If you have created a mistake,
local parents are making the change.
It is up to you to fix it.
NBC 12 talks to the experts.
Their actions have consequences.
About the most important thing families need to know. Next at 5.
Our bathrooms are guaranteed for quality and durability, and my team will help you design the perfect bathroom for safety, comfort, and beauty. That's my personal commitment to you. Call us now for a free in-home estimate and save up to $800 on your bathroom remodel.
I have pretty high standards.
The same old's not going to do it for me.
I want more. I want the best car insurance company out there. I'm just not sure where to find it.
Right here. Call Amica now for a free auto insurance quote.
Phone number.
Amica is for people who want more from their car insurance.
More coverage, more service, and more value.
I want customer service to be the #1 priority.
I want me to be the #1 priority. We've been giving our customers award-winning service for over 100 years. I don't want to miss a single discount.
I definitely want more of that.
Amica has so many discounts.
For example, you can save up to 15% when you combine auto and home insurance with Amica.
Or you can save by combining auto with condo or renter's insurance.
I want to feel protected and respected. It's okay to want more from your car insurance company. I thought we were talking about cheese.
We're talking about personal service, great coverage, and getting every discount you deserve.
Call Amica now.
Quick, memorize the number. Free quote, no obligation.
At Rebath, we offer safety, comfort, and beauty. It's our goal that every customer gets the bathroom they want at the most affordable price. That's my personal commitment to you. Call us now for a free in-home estimate and save up to $800 on your bathroom remodel.
NBC 12 News with Heather Sullivan and Gray Hall, proud to be the #1 news in the mornings. Nissan Sentra with Nissan Connect.
Love is like a shower on me all the time. I need it tonight.
Man, this doesn't look like Vegas.
It's easy to lose yourself, but nearly impossible to get lost. Choose Sentra just $149 per month, or Altima only $189 per month. Sentra, from the most fuel-efficient lineup in America.
Totally clicks to the heart.
Shop ChooseNissan.com. Innovation that excites.
The NFL and Papa John's, they just go together like jukes and spins, Hail Marys and unanswered prayers, fast guys and slow motion, quarterbacks and cold fronts, game breakers and busted coverage. This season, make game day even better with Papa John's.
Get any extra large 3-topping pizza and a 2-liter Pepsi for just $14.99. Use promo code BIGTIME.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
What does you can have it all mean at Priority? It means you always get the best price, the best selection, great people to serve you, and priorities for life. Oil and filter changes, state inspections, and towing for life. And your engine guaranteed for life. Why would you buy anywhere else?
'Cause you can have it all.
Millions of cars and trucks drive Virginia's roads every day. But there's one problem with your tires that can injure or even kill you. Laura Geller investigates a warning every driver needs to know. Tonight at 11 on NBC 12 News.
Saddening to see this new video that showed up online of a 9-year-old boy smoking a cigarette while other teen boys cheer him on. When the 9-year-old's mom saw the video, she says she knew it was her son who suffers with chronic asthma. She says she's a single parent struggling to raise her children while also battling lupus. She reached out to the community seeking help. A local basketball team responded and invited her son to spend time with them. Meanwhile, the teens who cheered that little boy on in the video face criminal charges. When it comes to your kids, are you the kind of parent who swoops in to help when they mess up, or do you leave them to fend for themselves? The No Rescue Parent is sparking a national conversation. Brittany McDonald explores what this means and how to do it effectively. New at 5.
I expect a lot from them, and they very seldom let me down.
Like most kids these days, Kate West's children have a lot on their plate. 8-year-old John takes guitar lessons and plays football. 12-year-old Emma plays violin and is an odyssey of the mind. The siblings even pack their own lunches.
I feel like the best way to teach a child responsibility is to actually give them responsibility and then hold them accountable.
When Kate West's kids forget things like their homework or their gym clothes, it's up to them to figure it out.
Sometimes you gotta let them mess up so that they learn from that situation.
It's all part of the No Rescue movement.
I want my children to understand that their actions have consequences.
Writer Jordana Horn started a nationwide conversation after appearing on the Today Show last month to talk about this concept. She calls it anti-helicopter parenting. Helicopter parents are described as overprotective, discouraging their child's independence by being too involved. No Rescue parents are now in mainstream discussion, but local parenting coach and author Tracy Lewis Lee has been speaking and writing about a similar concept for years.
We've had a concept in place for a long time called natural consequences and definitely teach responsibility.
Lewis Lee says there are key pieces to this style. Sit down with your kids ahead of time to explain. Put supports in place like reminders on their phone or stopwatch. And don't do this with a child who rarely messes up.
Everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect, especially kids. So if they mess up one time, even 2 times, you do need to rescue them. You do need to help them. But if this becomes a habitual behavior, the No Rescue approach can be really effective.
It's been effective for Kate West, who says with this approach, her kids are better prepared for the future.
Because they know I don't rescue them, they are very responsible kids.
Brittany McDonald, NBC 12.
We have some new information now on last month's rocket crash on Wallops Island. Several student experiments went up in flames, including a Florida student who says he's rebuilding the project with 3 of his former classmates. They were testing microgravity on mushrooms and plan to have a new experiment on another rocket that's set to lift off next month. More than a dozen other student projects were destroyed in the October 28th blast. So far, this area hasn't seen the worst of the flu season, but it's here, and it's certainly not too late to get your flu shot. We've got staff with us from Martin's Pharmacy to answer your questions. The CDC recommends everyone older than 6 months get the flu shot. There are several versions this year, including preservative-free, nasal, and intradermal doses, which is a tiny needle. Flu has been reported here, so the longer you wait to get the shot, the more chance you have of contracting flu.
We're getting close to where flu season's going to peak, because a lot of times it's December. If you've not gotten your flu shot yet, it takes a couple of weeks to get your maximum protection, so sooner the better.
If you're a senior and you're wanting the high-dose flu shot, you should probably call ahead to make sure it is in stock. And if you have any flu questions, simply call these pharmacists. They're from Martin's. They're here with us until 6:30, the number 345-1212.
Accurate, reliable, trusted. Central Virginia's weather specialists. This is NBC 12 First Warning Weather.
All right, we look at temperatures currently in the 50s to near 60. It was a fairly nice day, really nice day, actually. Nice warm-up after a chilly start this morning. We have clear scans for us on Doppler radar this afternoon. That will stay that way. However, there is a little area of low pressure down to the south. See, there's a little bit of cloudiness we're seeing on the eastern horizon right now. Low pressure east of Florida is non-tropical according to the latest information from the Hurricane Center. They're not even watching this closely for any tropical development, but it sure looks a little bit on the suspicious side right off the coast of Florida. In any event, this area of low pressure will be moving to the northeast tonight and tomorrow, and it may bring some cloudiness back into our area overnight tonight, maybe starting the day tomorrow with a bit of cloud cover, but then that erodes during the afternoon. Otherwise, a broad kind of diffuse area of high pressure will keep us pretty nice tomorrow, temperature-wise, through Wednesday. Big warm-up Wednesday in the 70s. Check it out, though, up in the Great Lakes. Snow flying up here from Minnesota up through the northern plains states. The leading edge of the really cold air. Now, that cold air is just kind of seeping southward right now. It's going to take a while to get down here. But the jet stream, you see how there's a buckle southward and the jet stream out here where the cold air is happening, and this is feeding energy to this storm. Eventually, this jet configuration is going to spread to the east, and this is that much advertised spell of really cold air that's going to head our way beginning Thursday and then really kicking in this weekend. And once that pattern takes shape, it could stay kind of in the same configuration right on through Thanksgiving week. So enjoy the warm days ahead because change is ahead as well. Winter-like chill slowly building in Canada now, spreading to the south. Again, arrives here beginning Thursday. You can see how it's kind of seeping southward through the Rockies, the Plains states, the upper Midwest. We are still on the really warm side of things, and it will stay that way for a couple more days. Hour-by-hour forecast tonight. Fair skies, cool temperatures overnight, mid-40s, but pretty comfortable actually compared to some of the colder nights we've had. Wake up with some cloudiness tomorrow, then a warm day coming up, partly sunny in the afternoon. Highs will be up in the mid-60s probably most spots. More cloudiness to the east. Areas of fog developing overnight tonight, though clouds increase mid-40s. Wake up to clouds and fog tomorrow morning is Veterans Day, of course. And weather-wise, it will be a warm day, 62 by noontime. I think 66, 67 degrees, your late afternoon temperature. Good bit of cloudiness, maybe a little bit of sun during the afternoon, more of the sun. 72 Wednesday, then the transition day Thursday with a nighttime shower. We put an AM flurry in the forecast. New guidance isn't even showing that now for Friday, so we'll call it partly sunny, sharply colder through the weekend, and a cold rain developing here later Sunday into Monday, but high temperatures Sunday only at 40 degrees. Big changes coming up beginning Thursday.
Oh, yeah, we'll get ready. Thanks, Jim.
Thanks. New at 5, a man dead and officials blaming thousands of yellow jackets. Details coming up after the break.
Plus, what we're learning about a deadly train accident that killed 2 Liberty University students. You're watching NBC 12 News at 5. We'll be right back.
Today's weather is sponsored by Marks and Harrison.
Tell them you mean business.
I got the one.
Oh, no.